Hey everyone, this is Avinash back again. So we discussed about prompt engineering and all that, but few might be thinking, what is actually a prompt? Like I've never wrote any prompt. Trust me, you all used prompts in the past. Let me explain. Hey Siri, can you describe the weather of Hyderabad today? It gave me this particular answer, right? So that's a prompt. That's an audio or voice prompt. You're going to ChatGPT, entering any input. That's a prompt. And you're going to Midjourney, any prompt. It's a prompt. Any input. It's a prompt. And you're going to ChatGPT and entering an image and asking what's there in the image and asking it to describe the image or something. That is a prompt. But here we're using image. So it's a combination of image and text prompt. So even for an extent, just to give you an example, not example, but an analogy, just like you are going into a search engine and entering your search query, whenever you're doing it in a search engine, it's a search query. But whenever you're doing it in AI model, it's a prompt. That's all. Nothing fancy. People make it look like super, complex or fancy, but it's very basic. And we have different types of prompts. We have text prompts, like anything you go to ChatGPT and enter in it, it's a text prompt. Any large language model, essentially, like Bard, Google, or sometimes even editing softwares, voice softwares, all that are text prompts. When the prompt is in the code format, few coding softwares might need prompts in the code, like written code in any coding language, but not in a text. So prompts can be in the code, but 99% of you guys who are watching this particular course will not be exploring code prompts a lot. Like you will be just giving your code and maybe asking it to do the debugging or give some, continue the code or whatever. That might not be actually a code prompt because you're not actually coding anything. You're just using ChatGPT for your coding purpose. That is also a text prompt. But coding prompts is where when you actually do the machine learning tasks and all that in a deep data science background, you might be using it. Only for 1% of the people. Don't worry about it. And image prompts, as I told, when you go to ChatGPT, give an image and just to talk to it in the image prompt. And, in the future, there might be a large language model who understand X-rays or the scanning reports better than a normal doctor, right? So that time you'll not be asking a doctor to, you'll just find a AI model, take a screenshot and send it to, a large language model, because that particular model have read more scanning reports in the world than entire, any doctors combinedly did. Combination of 100 doctors would. Although I don't suggest that to be done right, but maybe in the future it can happen. So that you see that scanning an image and sending that scanning report to someone, that can be image prompt. Audio prompt, the communication that you are doing with Siri or anything can be considered as audio or voice prompts. So those are like 4 different prompts I could think of to explain you. But what's the importance of prompts? Basically, prompts are how you ask a question. And why they are important? Because AI is still not able to understand what's in your brain without you telling it what's in it. Still, there is no neural link in your brain. It's like 100% of the people right now watching in the next 2-3 years might not have a Neuralink chip in your brain. So as long as you don't have a Neuralink chip in the brain, as long as Neuralink right now is only able to communicate the human thing to the computer, but not computer thing to human yet. Like once this is done and you get Neuralink, maybe that's the different scenario. But right now, prompts play a crucial role in determining the human behavior, the behavior of AI models. Like you give a prompt, you ask a question, you get an answer. Like you don't ask questions, you don't get answers. As simple as that. So they provide the model with a starting point for generating outputs and can be used to guide the model towards a specific goal or outcomes. As simple as that. And prompts are important to control the bias. Writing a good prompt is important, because if you don't write a prompt, AI sometimes is not that neutral. It sometimes, can be even a racist. Sometimes it can be anything. So to control that bias, it's how good of a prompt you give. Even to improve accuracy by stretching that, hey, remember to do this. Adding the word remember is like adding weightage for the next things to be done. Hey, do it compulsory. Be sure to do that. refer to this, refer to that. All these words, the weightage of these words you are improving is for the accuracy. And we will be also talking very in depth of the words you need to use, sentences you need to use, and all that. Don't worry, we're just beginning of the massive, in the massive sea. We didn't even tasted a drop. It's just a small thing. You'll go in depth. So sometimes, no matter how creative a person is, if you're talking to a person who is super creative and not able to guide that particular person, no matter how creative that particular person, you'll not be able to get the best out of it. So that's the very reason few directors get a flop songs, or kind of the actors will not be able to act no matter how good of an actor is if the director is not able to explain the scene perfectly, right? So that's why we see a few of the greatest actors doing very lame mistakes in some movies, or maybe a few of the great music directors will not be able to do best job for the few directors. It's like, so for the creative person, just like you do all the guiding, for AI also you need to guide the creativity, right? That's very important. That's why good prompts are important. Like any prompt, okay, but having good prompts are important to guide the creativity. And also ensuring consistency. Prompts can be used to ensure consistency in the output generated by AI models, providing them with a consistent framework for generating a response or predictions. Pretty self-explanatory. To make your answers good all the time, or to sound consistent as someone, consistent like you, like say, you will not be talking like one person right now and the person the other time, right? You will be sounding almost consistent for like few months or years together. In a similar way, AI can be any person, talking like any person. Sometimes it might be talking in shoes of one person, sometimes it can be talking in shoes of other person. So it's your responsibility to guide it in a certain way with good prompts, so that it will give you the consistent results in a similar self-consistent way, comparing to your previous outputs or something, depending upon good results, like good thing, good output, good prompts. That's it. So yeah, that's why prompts are very important, especially giving good prompts. Like prompts are not that important, but good prompts are more important. Prompts, 10-year-old can go to ChatGPT these days and type, hey, write me a story on Spider-Man. You're getting a great short story. But the thing is, prompt engineers don't just ask that. They give the context, they give so many things, which we're going to discuss in the next video, which is how to format your prompt. Thank you. See you in the next video. Bye.